This is Gangadhar, your mathematics teacher, and we are discussing straight lines. In yesterday's class, we learnt about the angle between the two lines, right? And we did few problems related to the angle between the two lines in yesterday's class. And now in today's class, I am going to deal with the ratio in which a line divides the line segment joining 2 points. Have a look at this. We are going to find the ratio in which L divides the line segment joining 2 points. First of all, you need to identify the line. The line is given as ax plus by plus c is equals to 0, and the 2 points are x1 y1 and x2 y2. Now our intention is, for suppose if this is the point A, x1 y1, and if this is the point B, x2 y2, A and B. Okay, A is what? X1 y1 and B is what? X2 y2. And the line segment joining this A and B is divided by this line in some ratio. See, this is the length actually and this is the line. This line divides this line segment in some ratio. For suppose if you say the ratio as some t is to 1, okay, just let that ratio as some t is to 1. If that ratio is some t is to 1, and we are going to identify that ratio at first, right? See, once again I am telling you that see, a line is there and we have 2 points. See, say those 2 points are either one point is that side of the line, other point is this side of the line, or in some cases both the points lie in the same side of the line also, right? In those cases we need to identify the ratio in which the line is dividing the line segments joining these 2 points. That's what we are going to identify. Okay, see, let the ratio as t is to 1, and now first of all you let this point as some p. See, as we know the section division formula, we have 2 points x1 y1 x2 y2 and the ratio t is to 1. Then try to find this p. So that p is equals to, using section division formula, that p is given by this t into x2, like nx2 plus nx1, this 1 into x1 divided by t plus 1, m plus n. Okay, see, I let that ratio as t is to 1 actually, so that's why m and n are t and 1. Then the y coordinate is nothing but t by 2 plus y1 divided by t plus 1, and this is the point p at which the line is passing through the line segment joining AB. This is the line and this is the point, and it divides the line segment in the ratio t is to 1. Then this is p, and for sure this p is a point on the line. Okay, this p is on the line. Since this p is on the line, then what we need to do? Since p is there on the line, that p must satisfy the equation of the line. So you just replace x coordinate in the place of x, y coordinate in the place of y for this line. Then what will happen? Then a times of tx2 plus x1, this is x2, right? T plus 1 plus b times of ty2 plus y1 divided by t plus 1 plus c is equals to 0, just by replacing this particular point on the line. And now see, right side is 0 and this side, for these two terms we have t plus 1 in denominator. Then if you multiply every term with t plus 1, then in the next step you have that this implies a times of tx2 plus x1 plus b times of ty2 plus y1 plus c times of t plus 1 is equals to 0, just by multiplying every term with t plus 1. If you multiply here with t plus 1, denominator gets cancelled, and for the second term also denominator gets cancelled. Whereas coming to the third term, this is c times of t plus 1, and on the right side, which is 0. Right, we are going to find the ratio in which the line is dividing. That in the sense we need to identify the value of t. Okay, or sometimes you may use lambda also. In some books they utilize it lambda to indicate the ratio, but here I am taking it as t. And now what is t? So since you are going to find t, and in particularly t by 1, just collect t. So t times of, in the first term we have t times of ax2 plus, and here t times of b by 2 plus, and here t times of c, plus the remaining thing is what? Minus ax1 plus by1 plus c is equals to 0. And from there it is very clear that identifying t is nothing but t is equals to minus ax1 plus by1 plus c divided by ax2 plus by2 plus c. Just have a look, and starting from there, once again I will explain everything to solve the problems. The ratio in which the line is dividing the line segment joining 2 points. That's what we discussed here. Just have a look and go with a screenshot. Yeah, and look there at the end what we have. The ratio with us is like this. See, forming this point and substituting in the line, that's everything is just to find the ratio, and at the end we have the ratio t is to 1 and we say it as ratio, and that ratio at the end we found it as minus of ax1 plus by1 plus c divided by ax2 plus by2 plus c. This ratio indicates the ratio in which the line is dividing the line segment from the vertex A, from the point A to the point B. See, this direction, this part is 2 units and this part is 1 unit. So this is minus of that, and this ax1 plus by1 plus c, if you look there, this is just nothing but a number which is obtained by replacing the x coordinate and the y coordinate of the given line with the point A. Once again I am repeating you. I have the line L, ax plus by plus c is equals to 0, and we have the point A, x1, y1. If you replace x1 in the place of x and y1 in the place of y, then you will get that ax1 plus by1 plus c. Right? So ultimately this is a number actually, because x1, y1 is a point, because numerical values a, b, c are also the constants, then that numerator and denominator is a number, and I indicate it like this. See, just you obtain the numerator by replacing the point A in the L, then we say that this is minus of LA divided by LB. What is LA? That's what you need to note here. See, here I am mentioning that LA, yeah, see, LA, or sometimes I will write it like L11. That in the sense x1, y1 replacing the first point. LA or L1, y1, okay, is a number obtained, is a number, that in the sense numerical value, obtained by replacing x comma y in the line with ax1, y1. If you replace the x and y with the x1, y1, you will get a number, and that value is LA, and whereas the denominator LB, and this is the ratio at which what we need to identify. Just have a look at this. With this ratio, usually we find the ratio in which the line is dividing the line segment joining 2 points, right? And look there. See, yeah, as I told you, we have a line and we have 2 points. There are different possibilities will happen. Sometimes the 2 points are on either side of the line, and sometimes the 2 points are on the same side of the line. Whenever the points lie on either sides and whenever the points lie on the same sides, that's what we need to discuss in the B bit of this 22nd point. Now I am erasing this. You need to concentrate some more, right? At the end the ratio is this. Yeah, we have the ratio in which the line divides the line segment joining 2 points as ratio is equals to minus LA divided by LB. It happens in all the situations, right? Yeah. And now we are going to discuss B bit. For this B bit of 22nd, we have basically 2 different cases. In one case, the line divides AB internally, whereas in the other case, this is my A and this is my B, and if you extend this AB, the line is here. Yeah, this is the line. Then if you say this point as P, the ratio in which L divides AB is nothing but PA by PB, and that can be again calculated by the same formula. And now if you look there, what will happen? In the first case, this P is an internal point, so in the first case, the ratio is what? Positive. Whereas in the second case, P is an external point, and here usually you will get the ratio as negative, a less than 0 value, because already we discussed about these ratios at the section division formula. See, while using section division formula also, if the ratio is given as positive, that indicates that the division is the point is internal, and if the ratio is negative, that division the point is external. Here ratio point is internal, ratio is positive. Here point is external, ratio is negative. And just now you just pay your attention here. Yeah, ratio is positive. Ratio positive means this minus LA by LB is positive. Minus LA by LB positive in the sense LA by LB negative. What you say? Absolutely. See, this is positive. Already negative sign is there. So this LA by LB is negative. And whereas for this case, since ratio is negative, this LA by LB should be positive. And now look there, LA by LB is negative. Whenever it happens, LA by LB negative happens, LA and LB are of opposite signs. See, both numerator and denominator, if they are of opposite signs, then only LA by LB is negative. And in this case, whenever LA by LB is positive, if LA and LB are of same signs, if both numerator and both the denominator are of the same signs, that in the sense, if LA and LB both are positive, then the ratio is positive. If LA and LB both are negative, then the ratio is negative. See, positive, right? Negative by negative. So that's why what we say that if LA and LB are of the same signs, if LA and LB both are positive, then we say that those 2 points are the same side of the line. And if LA and LB are of opposite signs, that in the sense if LA is positive and LB is negative, opposite signs, or LA is negative and LB is positive, opposite signs, then in those cases, the points are on the either side of the line. So this complete discussion will give us 2 ideas. First idea is finding the ratio in which the line is dividing the line segment joining 2 points. And second idea is whenever the points are on the same side of the line and whenever the points are on the either sides of the line. These 2 possibilities are very important, and these 2 things we need to memorize. If the points are opposite side, one point in the line gives positive sign and the second point in the line gives negative sign. Okay. Whereas if both the points are on the same signs, if you substitute those points in the line, either both the values are positive or both the values are negative. Just have a look there, and I will give you a few simple problems related to this in 23rd one. Have a look at this. Go with the screenshot. Yeah, look at the board. We have 2 problems related to the finding ratio and deciding the points relative to the line. Yeah, and the first point is the first problem, 23rd A, is that if the line 2x plus y is equals to k. Look there, I have a line, and this line passes through the point which divides the line segment joining 1, 1 and 2, 4 in the ratio 3:2. Have a look at this. For suppose here I have a point, you may say it as 1, 1. And there I have a point, you may say it as 2, 4. And there is a point on this line, you may say it as P, which divides the line segment in the ratio 3:2. Yeah. And passes through this P, there is a line, and the equation of that line is given as 2x plus y minus k is equals to 0. Now our intention is to find the value of k. Right. In this situation, we have a line and 2 points. Ratio is just given by the rule that, as we discussed, ratio is equals to minus LA divided by LB. And here the ratio is directly given as 3/2, and that is equals to minus of LA. LA in the sense substituting the first point in the given line. Then it becomes like 2 into 1 plus 1 minus k divided by LB. Substitute second point in the given line. Then it becomes like 2 into 2 plus 4 minus k. Yeah, this is what you need to simplify to get the value of k. The task is simple, I think so. Right. If you look there, 2 plus 1 is 3. 3 minus k. And already we have minus sign here. Then it becomes like what? K minus 3. And that is 2 into 2 is 4. 4 plus 4 is 8. 8 minus k is the denominator. And this side we have 3/2. And then just do cross multiplication. 3 times of 8 minus k is nothing but 3 8s 24 minus 3k is equals to 2 into k minus 3 is nothing but 2k minus 6. And from there, yeah, how to simplify? Send this 6 that side, 3k that side, and at the end you will get that k is equals to 6. Yeah, that's your answer at the end. And first of all, you just identify how you solve this problem. The problem is asking you to find the ratio in which this line, see the problem tells us the ratio in which this line divides the line segment joining these 2 points. See, already we have a formula to find the ratio. The question is also giving us that ratio. So equalize the given ratio with our usual formula. And then on simplification, you found the value of k as 6. Is it right? Just have a look at this, and we are going to discuss 23b now. Yeah. See, 2 points are there in the b bit. One point is origin and the other point is 1, 1. These 2 points are on the same side of the line. See, to explain for you, I will give you this is the line actually. What is the line? L. And that L is given in the question like a square x plus aby plus 1 is equals to 0. This is the given line. And we have 2 points, origin and 1, 1. As they mentioned in the question, see, both the points are on the same side of the line. Either this side, if this is origin 0, 0, and somewhere you have another point 1, 1. See, both the points are on the same side of the line. Okay, same side and either side. Those terms you need to memorize. If one point is this side and the other point is this side, then we say that these 2 points as on either sides of the line. If they are on the same side, this is the picture like that. And we know that if 2 points are on the same side of the line, then LA comma LB gives us what? Same symbols, same signs. As I told you, if you substitute a point in the line, you will get a symbol. For B also you have to get the same sign, either positive or negative. Okay. Then what is LA here? LA means substituting origin in the equation. If you substitute origin here, see how you can get a square into 0 plus AB into 0 plus 1, and that is equals to 1, and this 1 is positive, right? So LA is positive. Since those 2 points A and B are on the same side of the line, they need to maintain same symbols, either both positive or both negative according to the problem. Here LA representing a positive number, then for sure LB also positive. Then what is LB? Substituting 1, 1 in this given equation, then it gives us that a square plus AB plus 1 is equals to 0. Just replace x with 1, replace y with 1, you will get that a square plus AB plus 1 is equals to 0. Yeah. See, not is equals to 0, right? Just a minute. LB is this value. LA and LB are just the values after substituting the given point in the line. So this is the value of LB. And now since the points are on the same side, you need to maintain same symbols for those two. Since LA is positive, okay, from there you need to maintain that LB should be positive. LB should be positive in the sense a square plus AB plus greater than 0 is the relation. Since a square plus AB plus 1 is greater than 0 in the relation, as they mentioned you that B is greater than 0, also A belongs to R, that is also included in the question, okay? Yeah, with these two parameters, if A belongs to R and B greater than 0, then by solving this quadratic for B, you need to get the values of B, right? See, do you know about the quadratic things? This expression is positive. Whenever it is positive, this expression is positive if it has no roots, okay? Everything you get from quadratic expression after this, okay? I will explain here in this case. Yeah, once again look at the problem and I will arrange this for the space concern. I have a line and 2 points. Those 2 points are on the same side of the line. So if you substitute these 2 points in the given line, they need to maintain same symbols, either positive or negative. If you substitute origin in the line, you will get a positive number. So for sure you need to get a positive number if you substitute 1, 1 in the line. So if you substitute 1, 1 in the line, and this is a square plus ab plus 1. Since LA is positive, LB should be positive. So LB means a square plus ab plus 1 is greater than 0. And now we need to identify the values of b from there. Okay. And now it's a problem of quadratic expressions. Leaving the coordinate geometry, you need to think about quadratic. At the end we have that a square plus ab plus 1 greater than 0 for a belongs to R. Since a is a real number which is positive, a quadratic expression is positive if its discriminant is negative. If its discriminant is negative. A quadratic expression is always positive if its discriminant is negative. I think if you know it about the discriminant, b square minus 4ac is greater than 0. And what is the b? This b is the coefficient of a here. This is quadratic in terms of a, right? A square is involved. So coefficient of a term is b. b square minus 4 times of this capital A is the coefficient of the a square terms 1, and c is also 1, and which is less than 0. And at the end you have that b square minus 4 less than 0. Since b square minus 4 less than 0, we will say that minus 2 less than b less than 2. The values of b are in between minus 2 and 2. But as they mentioned you that b is positive, therefore you need to consider that 0 less than or equals to b less than or equals to 2 is your final answer for the given problem. Actually, up to this, identifying LA as positive and identifying LB value, up to this is a problem of coordinate geometry. After this situation, this step, the problem converted into a quadratic problem. In quadratic expressions, if a quadratic expression is positive for a belongs to R, for x belongs to R, its discriminant should be negative. See, which is b square minus 4ac less than 0. From there at the end you will get the values of b or in between 0 and 2. Look the problem, okay? See, actually up to this is the coordinate geometry. If you are somewhat not well about the quadratic expression, leave this part now and then think in some other way. Okay? Right. In some other situation, some other day, you just think about that after having knowledge of quadratic. Now just look there, and if you have any doubts, here we need to find the range of alpha such that 0 comma alpha is a point, and this point is lies inside the triangle formed by these three lines. Yeah. At the end, see, from the problem I have a triangle actually. Okay. And you just let these equations as equation 1, equation 2 and equation 3. Right. So let it as equation 1 and take it as equation 2 and take it as equation 3. So see, the triangle is formed with three vertices. You just mark them as A, B, C. Look there. This A is a common point for 1 and 3. B is a common point for 1 and 2. C is a common point for 2 and 3. And they are asking you the values of alpha for which 0 comma alpha is a point which lies inside the triangle. So how to decide the point is inside the triangle? First of all, just make a plan to solve the problem and then try to solve the problem. My plan is the triangle, the point 0 comma alpha is inside the triangle. If 0 comma alpha is inside the triangle, then think about from the side of BC. See, if this BC is a line, then for this line BC, 0 comma alpha and the point A both are above that line. That in the sense both are the same side of this BC. Then only 0 comma alpha will be there in the triangle. For suppose BC is there. For suppose BC is this there. A is a point here and 0 comma alpha here. Then is there, this is BC actually. This is the line BC. Okay, A is a point on this side and 0 comma alpha is in the opposite side. Then what you say? Is there any possibility to get 0 comma alpha inside the triangle ABC? For sure no, because A is that side and 0 comma alpha this side. So you need to, first of all, you need to get an idea that 0 comma alpha and A are on the same side of the BC. In the similar manner, if you think 0 comma alpha and B are on the same side of AC. 0 comma alpha and C are on the same side of AB. That in the sense, for each and every direction, you need to bound alpha, right? See, A and 0 comma alpha are on the same side of BC. The first statement tells us that 0 comma alpha is above BC. And the second statement, C and 0 comma alpha are on the same side of AB, which tells us that 0 comma alpha is this side of AB. And in this direction you will get that 0 comma alpha is in this direction of AC. From all the directions if you look, then 0 comma alpha must be restricted in the triangle ABC. Then to say all these things, first of all you need the points A, B and C. So you need to solve the given equations to get the values of A, B and C. Okay, the problem may be a bit lengthy, okay. See, solve these 2 points to get the values of B. And then solve these 2 points to get the value of C. And then solve this 1 as well as 3 to get the values of A, because A is a common point for 1 and 3, right? Yeah. How to solve these lines to get the point? So generally solving linear equations in 2 variables and getting the values of coordinates, getting the values of x and y. Just you think a while how to solve this. Yeah, I will directly give you the points and then I will solve the problem. Yeah, look at the problem. As I told you, you need to solve the given lines 1, 2 and 3 to get the values of A, B and C. As per the plan, after identifying the points A, B and C, you just apply the same direction for the each and every line. First of all, I have 3 lines as I told you, 1, 2 and 3. As per the diagram, point of intersection of 1 and 3 is A. So this is line 1, this is line 3. If you solve these 2 lines, you will get that A point. Yeah, see I am representing here, this is 3x plus y plus 2 and this is x plus 4y minus 14, and on solvation x is equals to minus 2. Use x is equals to minus 2 in the first equation and you will get that y is equals to 4. X minus 2 and y 4 is nothing but the coordinates of A minus 2 comma 4. And now since 0 comma alpha is in the triangle, so 0 comma alpha and this vertex A, these two are on the same side of this BC as I told you. So since these two are on the same side of BC, these 2 points has to produce same symbol, either positive or negative, if you substitute in this second equation. So substitute A point in the second equation, that in the sense A in second equation minus 2 comma 4 in this second equation. If you substitute, you will get a positive number. Look here. So since this A is giving a positive sign, 0 comma alpha also should produce the positive sign. So substitute 0 comma alpha in the second equation. So if you substitute 0 comma alpha in the second equation, you will get that alpha is greater than 5 by 3. Usual simplification. So from the direction of A and from vertex A side, you will get that alpha is greater than 5 by 3. Similarly, you need to get a range for alpha from vertex B side and similarly from vertex C side. So at the end you will have 3 different ranges for alpha and you need to combine all those things and that's your answer. Okay, just have a look at this now. Actually I explained you the complete plan to solve the problem. You just try in your own way. Okay, the problem is involved with 3 different parts. In one part A and 0 comma alpha are one side of BC. In another part B and 0 comma alpha are same side of AC. In another part C and 0 comma alpha are on the same side of AB. So one part I completed on the board and there you get that alpha is greater than 5 by 3. Similarly, if you do in remaining 2 cases, again you will get different values for alpha. At the end you need to combine all those things to confirm the answer. And that's about this problem. Okay, you need to complete it.